something new. So that's why I joined that.
Okay, good, good. So
Yeah, yeah.
you're already in Salesforce ecosystem, or you're
Yeah,
planning
yeah,
to
yeah,
start?
yeah. I'm already in Salesforce ecosystem from last 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
good, good, good to
yeah.
know. Yeah, anyone else?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Tatul.
Sir, currently I am in my third year and I'm starting my Salesforce journey.
Mm-hmm. So you're also part of the Triple MUT?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. Seems like Ankit is doing the good work.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, you don't need to call me sir. Okay, it really sound weird for me when someone tries to address me as sir. So you can always take my name. That is something which I really want to hear.
Okay, sir.
Okay, hey, hi Ashish, good to see you. You're on mute if you're speaking. So Ankit, are you expecting more people?
Yes, sir. I also think that we can start now.
Okay.
Just a second. I'll share my screen. Okay. So, hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome to the inaugural event of Salesforce Admin Group Gorakhpur. Uh, so, talking about what this group is dedicated to. So, this is specifically for the students, I would say, because I'm also a third year student. So, I would like to dedicate this group mostly for the students or the ones who are just starting out in Salesforce. Because I have also felt those challenges, those difficulties which you might be facing or you which might have faced earlier. So, yeah. And moving ahead, talking about me, my name is Ankit Verma. As I told you, I'm a third year student at Triple MUT Gorakhpur. I have been learning Salesforce since my first year of college. And yes, Amit sir was the one. I asked him on LinkedIn that, sir, I'm in first year of my college, and what should I do? I want to make a career in Salesforce. So he told me that since you are in your first year, enjoy for at least 2 years. But I did not just follow that. I tried, okay, let me start something. So I did all of that, I am 2x certified. I have associate and the admin certification, Copedo certification, and I record keep my journey and I try to share my knowledge through Salesforce BigThumb. Been a trailhead mentee multiple times, and I call myself as a Salesforce enthusiast. And talking about the speaker, well, he needs no introduction, but still, his name is Amit Singh, a tech visionary and a Salesforce MVP. He has also worked in Salesforce itself, 22x certified, and we all might know him as Panther Schools, SFDC Panther, and founder of Mule Driven. So the topic for today is guidance to Salesforce admin, the do's and don'ts. And Amit sir, I would like you to just take things from here.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ankit, first of all, for this wonderful introduction. Hey, hi, Shyam. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. Okay. So, yeah. So, first of all, I think we have 10 people. So, that's it. That is good. No worries. So, could you please put to me your preferred language, how you want this session to be? Like either you want this session to be in English or in Hindi. I'm more comfortable in both the cases, whatever you want. So if you could put in the chat, maybe one for like one for Hindi and 1 0 for English or something. So I think I just got 4 responses, and it's somewhere kind of 3-1. So it says I think as we have got both, we have got English. So let's get with English, and if needed, sometimes when I'll not find the correct word in English, I maybe try to put that word in English. So, as Ankit rightly said, this group is for students, and our main topic is for admin do's and don'ts. Or maybe Ankit, if you could just give a full presentation for this screen, or if you have any other screens like the next one. Let's go together. The next slide you can maybe put it as a full slide, full width. Yeah, in a presentation mode.
Sure.
So I believe this session is recorded. So Ankit will be sharing this session maybe over the meetup page itself, or maybe somewhere in a YouTube channel, which the link will be shared after the session is completed. So first of all, I really hate these boring slides. So I have not came up with any slide. I'm just going to share my perspectives, especially for the students who are starting their career or who wanted to start their career in Salesforce. So before I start, anyone has any questions who is really looking forward for me to answer those questions, please put into the chat. I will definitely answer your questions, and I'll try to clear all your doubts that you do have. And because we are very less people in the meetup, it would be very easy for all of us to put your questions, or maybe unmute yourself and let's discuss. You can treat me like your fellow friend from college in third year triple MUT. Okay, because I have been selected in triple MUT, but I somehow didn't join for my MTech program. Okay, so any questions, anyone who wants to ask something, please unmute yourself, because you have the, I believe you have all have the capability to unmute yourself and ask. So instead putting into the chat, please feel free to put and like unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, hello, sir. I am Atul. I am starting my Salesforce journey, and from now I am completed 6 or 7 modules in J2S, and I am looking forward to this session so I can know what are the do's and don'ts in my starting phase of learning journey, so I can implement that and learn Salesforce in efficient manner.
Okay, good. Thanks, Atul. So you are in, I think, third year of your college,
Yes, sir.
and you still have one year to complete, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, definitely, I think mm, most of the people here. First of all, the question are the people who are not speaking. That is the first learning that you should do. Okay,
Yes.
you should.
Good
Yeah.
morning, Amit Bhai. Good morning, team.
Hey, good morning.
Shyam here. I am Gansham from Bangalore. So myself, I have nearly 15 plus years of job experience in finance and accounting banking. I am totally new into the Salesforce ecosystem. So one of my friend referred the Salesforce. So I want to switch and I have to start my career in the Salesforce. So this is my first meeting with you, Amit Bhai. So thank you so much. I personally watching you in the YouTube videos and all, and Aman Tiwari Bhai referred you, so that's why I joined this program. Amit Bhai, thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining. So, yeah, for what I was saying is, if you are not speaking, if you're not expressing yourself, at least by unmuting yourself and speaking, that's the first learning. And this is something which I learned after 3, 4 years of my career. So, if you're not speaking, trust me, you are really doing injustice with you. Okay, if you can't speak, if you can't express yourself, can't ask for help, cannot ask the right questions, you will be always in trouble. No matter if you're in college, you are going for the interview, you're trying to express yourself in an interview, trying to answer the questions that interviewer has asked, or after maybe I'm hoping and I'm really hoping that you all get placed whenever there is a right time for you in your fourth year. But the thing is that if you've got placed and you are really not asking the right questions to your team leads, to your managers, to your colleagues, or you are trying not to express yourself, you are going to be in trouble at some day when your work is not getting delivered, when you are not writing the quality code, you are not developing the quality processes. So that is the first learning that I wanted to start with. Like, you should always express yourself. See, if you are shy, if you are thinking that everyone, like people will judge you based on how you speak, based on your English, or maybe people will think you have a very dumb question, you should be knowing this, then please get these thoughts out of your mind. Okay, because I myself was very shy. I myself was not talking to anyone in my course. First year, especially, I did not talk to many people except 3 or 4 my friends who were backbenchers, and we are still friends. Okay. So I was not talking to you. And one fact which I never told anyone is like till second year of my college, I never talked to a girl. Okay. I talked to a girl in my third year. So that is something which I have been in that phase. So you don't need to be follow my path. You always need to talk, ask the questions. When I say talk, that doesn't mean you just go and talk of which each others. Okay, talk about bullshits. So just talk about, as we are here in this meetup, the purpose is to make you realize that, okay, what you should do, what you should not do, ask the questions, and then I'm here to help you how you are going to grow your Salesforce journey, because we are talking about Salesforce here. Okay, so I'll start with the question that Yes has put here. As the group itself is for Salesforce admins, and Yes has asked, could you please provide us the complete roadmap for Salesforce admin, what we need to do and what we should not do. Okay, so definitely, Salesforce admin roadmap. First of all, becoming a Salesforce admin is, I would say, more difficult than becoming a Salesforce developer because of its modules, its concept that we have. But as a student, as a developer, as a different person for you, like Sam, as a different technology person, if you really want to start Salesforce, it's always Salesforce admin. So you should always start with a Salesforce admin. Okay. But now the question comes, from where I should start, because there are a numerous amount of tutorials available out there, numerous amount of resources out there available, and there is this resource which is itself provided by Salesforce, which says the name is Trailhead. I think everyone is talking about Trailhead. Okay, I really have a different perspective about Trailhead, and that is my perspective is Trailhead is not good. Trailhead is bullshit for the beginners. Okay, and I really stand with this statement that Trailhead is really sit for the people who are starting Salesforce. Either he's a college student, he's a cross-trained technology professional, or he's a maybe just a beginner who is starting Salesforce. The reason why I say that Trailhead is really sit for you to get started, because there is such a huge vague information that you'll get lost. Like you will not be able to understand what you should learn. Even if you complete one module, Salesforce is suggesting something. The suggestion itself is sit. If you complete one module, there will be a pop-up come up. I think if you all have done the Trailhead, you definitely realize or relate this. When you complete the module, you see that there is a pop-up comes up which says, "Congratulations, these many points you have earned, and these are your next journey." That the suggestion is really not related to what you are working. So you are learning something else. They are suggesting to learn AI, or you're working on Salesforce data model. They will say go and check quick sales, whatever the module. So basically, this suggestions are really not good. Like I'm not saying Trailhead is not good, okay, or I'm not defaming here the product Trailhead or the Salesforce itself. But what I'm saying is that as a beginner, Trailhead is not good for you. Like the content is not structured at all. You will be like you are trying to find maybe a straw. You you are trying basically you are trying to find a pin in the uh, piles of straws, and you will not really find it. You'll definitely I have seen 9 out of 10 people are getting lost in the Trailhead. They are starting journey with Trailhead, and then they come back to me after a week and they said that I'm not going to pursue Salesforce as a career. I have seen this many messages over the LinkedIn, Telegram, or my personal WhatsApp messages. Most of the students or professional is are saying that uh, they come to me, they ask for the guidance, and they I have seen this trend. They say that don't say start with trailhead.com. They really add it like don't say that start with trailhead.com. We know that there is trailhead.com, but apart from this, what is there? And that is where because Salesforce, this is again in my personal view, Salesforce Trailhead is more focusing on giving you, or I would say redirecting you to go on a certification path instead of gaining the actual knowledge. What they do, what they are focusing you, or what they are trying to take you in a path which is more going towards the end journey for that path is to become a certified professional. Certification is really good. You could always have a certificate, but only after you have a good information about what certificate you are going to. If you are having a Salesforce admin certificate, if you are having a Salesforce associate certificate as a student, you might think that okay, this is very good, but the interviewer like me who sees that a student is having uh, Salesforce admin certificate, Salesforce developer certificate doesn't make sense to me. Like a student who is pursuing his college, he or she is in fourth year, coming to me as an interview, I immediately reject his or her. Most of the time, 90%, 99% of the time, a person who is having more certificate than the experience have no knowledge. And it's not their mistake. It's not their mistake because the ecosystem that we have developed as a, I would say we whoever is there are definitely people who admire me, who follow me. There are definitely people who follow some other leaders in the Salesforce ecosystem, and the leaders who are really doing good in their day-to-day life, they are helping the community. They actually are promoting Salesforce certificates in one or either way. For example, I would say there is a certificate came Salesforce AI Associate, and immediate after the immediate, like the certificate came, and there were hundreds of LinkedIn posts that I got certified AI certified. I mean, the certificate just came 10 hours before. How come you just got certified? And what this is? Do you really know the basics of AI? Do you really know what are the four pillars of Gen AI? What are the four pillars of AI? When the first AI was created, what was the name? What was the evolution? Do you really know? I doubt, but I'm not here to defame all those people. Okay, you can always ping, you can always have your chat. If you differ, definitely have that. Okay, so as a student, as a beginner, I will never suggest to start with Trailhead. Definitely, as you are following Atul journey to Salesforce, that's a good resource to follow with. But the journey to Salesforce, I'm not sure. I have not been on that path. I have never followed that. But what I have got as a feedback, that again is getting you to to such a place where you are basically getting certified a Salesforce developer, right? And I haven't seen the module. I have not seen how actually practical knowledge it gives you, how practically you basically they are testing your knowledge. But my recommendation is not to start from trailhead. Okay, that is the, I'm just basically going on the don'ts part that you should not do. Okay, the second thing is that first is don't start with trailhead. Second thing is that certifications as a beginner, in my point of view, if you don't have a 1 year of experience, having an associate certificate is good. But apart from that, I would not recommend to have a certificate. But the exceptions are always there. Like if you really have a good knowledge, like if you really have a good hold of that particular specific certificate that you are doing. For example, Salesforce admins. If you're doing a Salesforce admin certificate, I, as an interviewer, will definitely would like to test your knowledge on relationships. When I say relationships, I'm not just talking about lookup and master detail. There are other relationships like external, indirect, hierarchy lookup, 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 junction object, questions around junction object. When I'm going to definitely test your knowledge on the security part of Salesforce admin, at least the basic security like roles, profiles, permission set group sharing rules, what are the apex managed sharing, manual sharing, all these kind of, definitely as an interviewer I'm going to test your knowledge on validation rules, your knowledge on how you are going to work on automations, especially the flows. Okay, how your knowledge is on reports and dashboards, how you are choosing the solution in terms of uh, developing custom admin things or getting the solution from app exchange, because these all things are included in your Salesforce certificate. If you are saying that you are a certified professional, I am going to test your knowledge to the core of that certificate. And if you don't know, for me, you just faked yourself, you just cheated yourself by doing the certificate just for the sake of uh, I would say maybe a show off, or maybe because of the community is doing, companies itself was mentioning that okay, I'm looking for an intern with a certified Salesforce professional. That is also, I would say, that is, I think, the main key reason is driving the certifications. Because I have seen many posts where say that we are looking for a intern with the senior experience with the salary of a, I would say, sweeper or something. This is just a joke, but I have seen many companies who are hiring for a candidate who is intern, and they are saying that that intern should be trained. I mean, you are hiring for an intern and you're still saying that it should be trained. So why you are hiring for an intern then? So that is something. Don't go behind the certificate. Just first grab your knowledge and then go behind the certificate. I have got 22 certificate, which Ankit says out of 22, one got certified. Sorry, one got expired recently. So now I have 21 only. But I can defend each and every certificate, whatever I have on my back. So if I have Salesforce Sharing Visibility Architect certificate, I'm going to defend. And in the interview, if there is any question related to sharing, including it could be territories, like it could be any advanced level of sharing, I can defend that. So if you have a good confidence that okay, you will be defending that certificate, you will be able to defend that certificate. I would say with the uh, Sunky interviewer like me. Okay, I call myself as Sunky because when I see the certificates on the name of some person, I really got excited that okay, now I'm going to test you on that certificate only. So that is one thing. Second thing is that now I'm going to make some post where people will start hating me on Salesforce communities. Okay. So the first thing is that don't read the blog post. Okay. Don't read the blog post. Why I'm saying don't read the blog post? First of all, I don't think we people read the blog post. I really see that the attention span of these, I would say, this people, basically the Gen Z people who are born after 2000 or 2000, the attention span is very less. They really wanted to learn the things from shorts, YouTube shorts or Instagram shorts. I have seen the shorts business is really growing and growing. Like what I don't know what you can learn within a 1 minute or 30 seconds, YouTube or Instagram shorts. The attention span is very less. Okay, so When I say don't read the blog post, that means the reason why I'm saying don't read the blog post. First, because people only talk about the selective facts. They don't talk about the facts. They talk about the selective facts. For example, if someone takes the relationships, lookup and master detail, and when I say everyone, I'm including myself as well. I'm not saying I'm a god or anyone. I'm saying don't read the blog post, including myself. Okay. When I say selective facts, that any blogger, including me, we just put the selective facts in the blog post with most of the people likes that, okay, this person has really got a good knowledge and put the to the point things. But trust me, selective facts are more dangerous than a lie. If you're not, if you don't have knowledge, you are on safe zone. If you have a selective knowledge, you are on really on a danger zone. Because if a person who is really knowing the things is definitely going to drill you down at some point of your career. It could be interview, it could be when you are working on a project, it could be you are trying to go and discuss on the community stages. You're definitely going to get drilled down. So by saying that don't read the blog post, I'm saying is read the blog post along with the Salesforce documentation. When I started my career, Salesforce documentation was really set. I started my career in late 2014, and there were no Salesforce documentation. Trailhead was just a kid. Okay, so now Salesforce documentations are really great. They have given the examples, they have given the codes, they have given everything. They have added the important points in some sort of background colors. So always start with Salesforce documentation. My go-to place is Salesforce documentation and help documents. Like there are two things: developer.salesforce.com. They have all the documentation, and then there is help.salesforce.com. They have all the release notes out there. So these are my two places which I really prefer while I'm starting any new thing. It could be a new cloud, it could be a new release that Salesforce has came in. The reason, if you go to blog post, you will find selective facts, and those are more dangerous. So that is one thing. Don't just follow the blog post. Second thing is that if you are really looking for or learning one knowledge, not knowledge, one topic, it could be relationships, sharings, permission set, profiles. Don't just stick to one resource. If you're learning from Salesforce document, that is well and good. Just go and learn. Find out another resource. It could be another blog by Salesforce itself. It could be a help articles by Salesforce. It could be another blog by other uh, community members out there. It could be a video. It could be an audio podcast. It could be somewhere a selective fact on the Medium or on the LinkedIn. So you could don't need to stick to one single source. That is, I would say, the crux of your success. If you are kind of going ahead and exploring that specific topic, give your time, explore that specific topic, and then forget about that. Drill down to that topic until you understood each and every concept. Ask the questions to yourself. What if I do this? What if I do not do this? What if I do this with this? So if you are trying to ask the questions, multiple questions to yourself itself, or the best thing is that find a buddy. I'm sure everyone has at least one person whom we all are very comfortable, and we can share all the things we can talk about. Either we can utilize that time by talking about the things that are good for us. It could be a career, it could be personal, it could be related, like relation things, or we can waste our time by talking about the shits. So that completely depends on you, what you really want to do. Okay, and then my friend, again, a statement that I'm going to make is, if you are working on Salesforce and you are saying that you are a admin or you are a developer or you are a Salesforce senior developer, tech lead, architect, don't call yourself software developers. We are not software developers. We are Salesforce developer. Software developers are way better than us. The people who are developing the softwares on the actual languages like Java, Python, or data science, or maybe AI ML languages, they are way better than the us. What we are doing is we are limited to a particular platform. We just talk about LWC, we just talk about admin, where we are talking about flows, we just talk about triggers, we just talk about Apex. That's it. We are limited to a specific platform. A person who is actually a software developer talks about different languages like PHP, Python, Node.js, AWS, Google Cloud, and then MuleSoft, ADF, ADO. There are so many things that people talks about, including DevOps. So if you are on Salesforce, please reference yourself as Salesforce admin or Salesforce developer. Don't say you are a software engineer or a software developer. So far, everyone is getting demotivated. I'm seeing like no one is talking. It's
No,
like
no,
I'm just
sir.
talking.
No, we are not getting demotivated.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We are getting motivation.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and one last thing on the don'ts side, please, as I think I have already covered that, yeah, try to become a software developer, not Salesforce developer. The reason I say software developer and not a Salesforce developer, because many of you will definitely ask, many of you, or I think everyone as a human tendency has this question. If you start a new technology which says, what is the career of Salesforce? Is it good that we make our career in Salesforce? What are the demanding clouds in Salesforce that we should learn? Or if we are experienced person, what is the next cloud that we should learn? I think these are the basic questions. If you learn any technology, it could be AI, it could be Python, it could be data science or Java. If you learn, you definitely have this question as a student or as a professional, right? So I'm going to again share my perspective. If I talk about the future of Salesforce, what is the future of Salesforce? So looking at the current scenario, current situation, uh, the Salesforce is at least not going anywhere for next 5 to 10 years. Again, who knows? Anything can happen in the next day. But looking at the current situation, what Salesforce position is in the market, it's not going anywhere for next 5 to 10 years. With a warning note, I would say, or maybe you can say, yeah, with a warning note that these days the jobs in Salesforce market are saturated. When I say saturated, uh, that means companies are hiring, but mostly for the experienced person. And the reason behind this is because there are projects, the project which has already been developed, the project which is already running. So either the project is in enhancement stage, the project is getting enhanced, they need an experienced person with 3 plus or 4 plus years of experience to run that project. That is the key reason which I found that most of the companies are mainly hiring the experience. Definitely there are companies who are hiring for freshers. They do maybe, I think, kind of a walk-in interview, or they do really interview somewhere around 50 to 100 people, and then they just hire a couple of people out of those. That is something which is really worrying these days. And I will also add it too, because this is not only in Salesforce technology, this is in different technologies as well. And the big companies like Google and Amazon or Twitter, Facebook, every company is actually hiring, firing, not hiring. They are firing. I have got, not sure if it is a correct or it is a verified source, but I've got to know that Salesforce has itself frozen the hiring. They have stopped hiring basically, Salesforce as a company. So this is because of mm, because of after COVID. It's not because of the COVID, it is after COVID. Because in COVID everyone wanted to do the digitalization, and after the COVID got over and people started coming out of their homes and their comfort zone, they realized, the companies realized that, okay, we had a lot of work at the time of COVID. We had people with the uh, I would say the salary growth was really like it was like jumping from here and here, in terms of in times of COVID. So now the companies are firing and everyone is giving the same pattern. Not sure if it is how like how much it is true. Everyone is saying that we did a over hiring on the time of COVID and now we are are doing blah blah blah. Our stakeholders wants to see the profits. So basically, they are following the footprints of one company. So whatever Salesforce said, Amazon is saying same. Whatever Amazon said, Google is saying same. Whatever Google said, Meta is saying same. Similarly, Twitter, and there are ample number of companies name which we don't know. They are also firing. The employees are really looking for a job. So that is one key area that we need to consider while we are choosing our career path as a students, as a developer, because I really feel bad for the students who really get into Salesforce when they are in their college. Like you are in your college, you have the time to explore the multiple things, multiple technologies. You cannot go and just you like the students in the college are like this. They don't want to see anything else. They just have seen someone has given them the Salesforce lollipop and they are just busy with that lollipop. So I'll take the example of Ankit. He is definitely in Salesforce, but he's also on a different technologies as well. So he's even helping me developing my LMS, which will be launched on Monday. So that is, I would say, why are you just looking for that lollipop only? There are bigger ice creams out there. Why don't you want to taste those ice creams, right? So when you are in your college, right, try to learn Node.js, try to learn Python. I'm not saying you just become expert. What I'm saying is take a test of all those languages. The reason when you add these in your resume is your resume is going to stand out from the different students who are looking for a job. So don't just learn Salesforce. Salesforce can be learned by anyone. Anyone can learn Salesforce. It's very easy. But as a college student, you should be focusing on the things like learning data structure, learning algorithm, applying those data structure algorithms, solving the problems of competitive programming, developing your thinking, how you are going to think, how you are going to solve a problem, the approach to solve a problem, like writing the flow diagram for solving a problem. Definitely, if you are interested in Salesforce, I'm not here to discourage you. You definitely learn it. But if you learn Salesforce only, my friend, you might find yourself in the trouble when you are looking for a job, or maybe after you got a job and now you don't have a Salesforce working, because technologies are getting evolved day by day, right? If I talk about Gen AI itself, Gen AI, we are talking about Gen AI because of ChatGPT, right? But the first Gen AI actually, first AI was actually was built on 1960, and the starting was on 1950. I'm not sure how many people who are talking about in Salesforce ecosystem who are talking about AI actually knows the evolution of AI history. But what I'm trying to say here is AI was there from a very long time, but no one was talking about because there was no evolution like ChatGPT. As soon as ChatGPT came, every company ran behind GPTs. Salesforce itself has got everything on GPTs, right? So don't just learn Salesforce. Salesforce has been in the market from more than 24 years. So understood this. Any technology cannot last in the market for more than 20 plus years. You took the history, you took Oracle, you took .NET, you take the example of SAP, you take the example of HANA, PHP, Java, anything. Now these technologies are definitely in the market, but with the limited hiring, with the limited resources, right? If you learn Java, I'm damn sure no one will look for you as a Java developer, because the projects which are running on Java technologies are very old. These are all enterprise projects, like all the ATM machines are developed on top of Java. Any security things are being developed on top of Java because Java is more secure. Salesforce itself is built on top of Java, right? And Salesforce is very easy for developers, for admin as well. You can always go and learn. So that is something, that's why I say, as a college student, as I think most of you all in third year, I would highly request to please at least start exploring what is data structure and algorithm. What are the different data structures available? Like what is tree? What are linked list, how these actually works, what are the sorting and searching algorithms, how those actually works, what is the pseudo code for them, what is the time complexity, what is the space complexity. And I'm sure if you have a uh, I would say if you have a chance to join Google, you would want it to join Google, not different startup, right? And these are the things that will give you a chance to go for such bigger organization. And trust me, I failed Facebook, I failed Netflix, Apple, Google, because I don't have the basic concept on this. I really don't have the good hold of this data structure and algorithm. And um, I don't have any sort of, I would say, kind of things like I'm telling you this and what you will think. I don't really worry about what you will think about me, that this person don't know data structure and algorithm. Okay, so I had a chance to interview on the giant companies, the companies who is basically people aim for, and I failed. In Google, I went to third or fourth round and I failed. In Facebook, it was only first round. Apple was like second round, and Netflix was again first round. So I have failed in the interviews for the bigger companies, and at those days, I was literally thinking, if I could have focused more on data structures and algorithm, I could have been there in those companies, right? So it is not just about being on those fang or mang companies. It is about how good you are, and when you have your basics clear, everyone will want you on your team. Like these days, there are I would say thousands of Salesforce person out there. But what if I go and put a post on LinkedIn that I'm looking for a job change, and I can proudly say that if I put a job post like looking for a job post now, till evening I will have at least 2 3 offers in my hand. And why? Because I have made it. Now everyone wants me. I want you all to be like that, right? So just do not focus only on Salesforce. That is one thing that I wanted to uh, talk about in terms of what future you should focus on. Now you think, do you really want to go on Salesforce development, or you really want to become a software development while learning your Salesforce? Like Salesforce is really everyone is talking about Salesforce, especially on the Salesforce ecosystem. If you go to different ecosystem, everyone is talking about that. So every ecosystem has their own community, but fortunately or unfortunately, Salesforce has got the biggest community, at least in India, that is just spreading Salesforce without thinking what will be the impact of those so-called people or influencers who are spreading Salesforce. What will be the impact on the Indian youth? I'm not just thinking about myself that okay, if I will spread this, I'll become MVP again, or people will talk good about me. People will praise me on LinkedIn that look, because of Amit, I got a job. What I'm thinking is, what would be the future of Bharat if every youth is not thinking? They are not. They have actually lost the thinking capability. They have lost the problem-solving capacity. Where would be the innovations? If you are not in IIT, that doesn't mean you cannot do an innovation. You cannot develop a product which is being used by the entire Bharat. So I'm sorry. I think I was more aggressive on the things. Okay. But that's my take. Again, that's my take, that you should think about it before you really go or come to me and ask for the suggestion. You really think about yourself. Okay. Now coming to the you might be thinking you're just talking about you should not do. But if you really wanted to become a Salesforce professional, be it a developer, be it an admin, what you should do, where you should start? Because my first statement was tell his sit. So where you should start, right? So there are so many. Again, I'm not defaming. I'm not saying I'm not against any person out there in the community. What I'm saying, there are so many people out there who are sharing their knowledge, and that is good. But the problem comes when they are sharing the selective facts, when they are sharing the half-baked knowledge, and that is more dangerous. Always keep saying selective facts are more dangerous than no knowledge. Okay. So how you are going to like find out which resource you are going to rely, what is the reliable source? I'm definitely, because at a college, when you are in college, you're learning, you are reading your books, you definitely don't want to read the blogs which have a plethora of content, like which really have so many blog posts, not blog posts, they have so many paragraphs written in a uh, such a high level language. Nowadays everyone is using gpts or bard to create the content. So if you are comfortable with hindi, uh, with this platform, I'm announcing my Salesforce Hindi series for Salesforce admin, which is really going to be made live in the first week of February. So that is going to have somewhere around 70 hours of content covering everything on Salesforce admin part. And we already have, if you wanted to become a Salesforce developer, we already have Salesforce developer series in Hindi on my YouTube channel. That is Panther Schools. You can always learn from there for Salesforce developer and uh, like developer and admin in Hindi if you are really comfortable with Hindi. Okay. And if you are not comfortable with Hindi, you're good at English, and you prefer English to learn the things, then there are resources. These are my go-to resources where I always go to. First is, I would start with Salesforce admin. So Apex Hour is a sales like Apex Hour is a place which is like kind of, I would say, a encyclopedia for Salesforce, where it has all type of contents. Either you are starting as a student, you are a Salesforce CTA. It has everything, every single content out there. So Salesforce Apex Hours itself, we as a team itself has added the playlist for Salesforce admin and developer in English there as well. And this is again an insider information. There is something coming for all of the students out there in Apex Hours, maybe either the later January or the first week of February. So for all the students, there is something, a really exciting program is coming for all the students out there. So that is again a go-to program for me that you as a developer or admin should start with. But there is a catch here. When I say these are my go-to resources, I never say you should not learn from the others. You go there, watch these videos, and now it's time to explore that topic with the different other person's blog, other person's videos, Salesforce blog, Salesforce help text, everything. You should never stick to one source. Even if you are following me and even you think that I'm the way of my presentation, expression, or knowledge is good, you should always go and cross verify. You should not trust me blindly, because I'm selling myself. If you're watching my video, I'm getting paid by YouTube. Okay. So you're not doing it for, I'm not doing it for free. Like, I'm not taking money from you, but somewhere I'm getting paid. Okay. So you should not blindly trust me. People will say that, Amit, if you are talking about one topic and we are exploring multiple resources, it is time taking. Yes, it is time taking. But think like this: if you are not spending time as of now on learning a specific topic, suppose you got a job, now you have to do something and you don't know. Now there is two things: you have to learn, and there is a deadline on top of your head. So either you will learn or you will complete your deadline, and the chances is that you lose the project or you lose the job. Considering this era, you will be fired, right? So it is good, it is better to spend time now and then save your eyes later. So you will be basically having, okay, you got this topic, and you will have that killer smile on your face that I really know this, and I will be able to do this within a month. I will not say month, within a day, but you will say, okay, let's take it 3 days for the safer side, that okay, I wanted to do it in one day, I'll test it second day, and then I will give it to QA. So spending time is good. Like, if you are giving time for yourself, I would never I don't see any problem here. Like, as a human tendency, after these smartphone came, even after these the concept of TikTok, Shorts, all these games, and I'm sure most of us are spending time. I think at least 2 hours a day. I'm just saying 2 hours a day, which is I think minimal time, by watching these bullshits on the YouTubes or on the Instagram. I think most of you, excluding me, are on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram. Okay. So you always scroll the reels, and this happens when you go to bed and you take the phone like this and you just watch and you say, okay, I'll just watch one video, one short, and then you keep scrolling your phone. That happens, right? That
Definitely.
happens. That happens with everyone. So if you can waste your time by just watching when you have a need to sleep, right? You spend your time and you say suddenly you see, okay, it's 2 o'clock now, let's sleep, and I have to wake up at 6. And you either you are going to hamper your health or you are going to hamper your career. So you really have to do this. So that is where you should start. Reliable sources I've already talked about. Then now let's talk about Trailhead. If you have spent 1 year on Salesforce development or Salesforce admin, now it's time for you to utilize Trailhead. If you are experienced enough, you will find Trailhead very easy, very useful, and you will be able to segregate, identify, or decide which module you want to complete, which super badge you want to complete. Salesforce has recently started the concept of super badge, and they are giving the super badge for literally every single topic. It could be anything. Even for flow, they are giving the super badge, and they're claiming as the mini project. If you complete super badge, you will think that, oh, I've done the super badge and I'm not kind of expert in that. And trust me, that is just what I say. I really not finding the correct word. So ये मुद्दे से भटकाने वाली बात है. That's it. That is just for your. Uh, mm, Now you understand, right? I'm really weak at English. So you just need to think like that. You need to, and yes, if you are working on Salesforce development or you're working on Salesforce admin, my friend, it is very important for you to apply the logic. And how you will apply the logic? By developing the projects. And how you will develop the projects? With the help of chat gpt. Okay. And if you don't have a project, don't need to worry about that. I'm here. I'm going to share a couple of, I think, three projects on Salesforce admin in next week. 3 to 4 projects on Salesforce development, which are really enough for you as a developer to apply your knowledge, put in your resume, and showcase that, okay, you have worked on Salesforce development or admin part. So that is about how you should start. So for any questions, anything, uh, I'm I'm really making sense to all of you, or I'm just saying bullshits and you are saying, okay, that is fine, let him talk and then we'll go. Any questions, anything?
Hello.
Hey, hi Laksh.
Yeah, hi. Actually, it was like very quite well for this session. I have learned more things from you, and I want to really tell you thanks for giving the chance to introduce yourself. And I have one question. I have completed 2 years in Salesforce ecosystem. So mostly I have worked on that Salesforce developer part. So I want to complete the certification in Salesforce. So which certification I need to complete that?
So you have any certificate as of now?
No, I don't have right now
Okay, good. I
because
like to.
it was not required for me. So that's why I did not attend that any certification.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you said you're working on Salesforce development since the beginning, right?
yeah. From beginning onwards, I'm working on that.
Yeah. So basically, it's high time for you to at least do a Salesforce Platform Developer 1 certificate, because
Okay,
you have been working on Salesforce development from 2 years. So you can go for PD1. You
okay.
can always go for PD1, and then uh, maybe after 6 months or after an year, you can go for admin. At least these are the two basic certificates. After 2 or 3 years of experience, you should have these on your back.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, with the certificate, I have seen many people like Gaurav sir is having, I think, 50 somewhere around certificates. All the certificates, not only Salesforce. 40 plus Salesforce certificate he has. I think there is Dinesh. He is also, I think, having 44 certificates on Salesforce side something. and that which is really good. That reflects because they are in the market. I think Gaurav sir is in the market from 20 plus years, and Dinesh is in the market more than I think 12 or 13 years, and that he has certificate. That's really good. But I have seen the people who are not active in Salesforce community, but trust me, they have knowledge more than Gaurav sir and Dinesh. They have only one certificate, that is PD1, and I know them personally. They are mentoring me. I talk to them with my for my architects problems, and they really the knowledge that they have, that is really stunning. Like I always used to think the people who are sharing the knowledge in community are knowledgeable. I think this is 3 years back, but when I met that person, there are a couple of person in my connections. I'm not going to take the names here. They literally have just one certificate, and the knowledge that they have is really, really, I would say, more than anyone I have met in my life so far. So certificate doesn't matter. You have one or two certificate, that's fine, till you have the good knowledge on that front. Nowadays, there has been a trend that okay, if you are uh, going for an interview to a company, the company itself is looking for you should have an architect certificate, because we are hiring for a person who is having an architect certificate with 2 years of experience, so that we can sell that candidate to a company, to our project, and then that person comes and spoils that project because that person doesn't have knowledge. So that is one thing on the certificate side. But yeah, any questions so far before I go to my last thing, that is tips for you to being successful? But before I go, anyone have any questions?
Sir, what are some prerequisites required to learn
Uh,
Salesforce?
Prerequisite required to learn Salesforce admin or
Yes, sir.
development?
Admin, sir.
Okay, Salesforce admin. Okay, so prerequisite to learn Salesforce admin is I don't see any prerequisite, to be honest. Because this is something Salesforce admin has nothing to do with. Okay, you don't have to be good at programming. You don't have to be good at anything. Salesforce admin is very basic, and that's what I hate basically. Like it is like a person who is basically trying to let's say a person is going outside of his home. Okay, the person is going outside of his home, and then that person is actually used that person is looking to cook some food, but somehow he or she is getting the cooked food on a daily basis. Then that person is not going to do anything. It's like a soldier is going for a war and there is no war. I think there is a story, I believe, I'm not sure if it is a true story, but there was a sniper in the US Army. That sniper was really, uh, I would say, sharp in his work, and the US Army sent him on mission, and that mission was just wait and watch. So it was that's what the sniper's job is. They basically do wait and watch, and they basically give the backup to the forces. Okay, to the ground forces that go and go on a mission. So that the sniper was actually on a mission for I think 3 or 4 years without firing a bullet, and that person actually forgot how to fire a bullet. And when after 4 years he has given a target to fire, and on a practice he was missing literally every target. Before that he was not missing. So it's like if you not do anything, you're definitely going to forget. It's with everyone. It's with me. It's with you or anyone. Similarly, why I hate this Salesforce technology as a Salesforce is, as a student, because when you start learning Salesforce, you think like, hey, I really don't need to worry about algorithms. I really don't need to give the competitive programmings. I don't need to worry about scratching my heads around the data structures. So if you don't do, after 2 years, 3 years, you're done, man. You will not be able to think about that, and then you are your future, the Bharat future is in a danger if you are going on Salesforce. The prerequisites are nothing. But I would always suggest, even if you're learning Salesforce, that's fine. Salesforce admin, you're learning Salesforce admin, that's fine. Keep your basics clear. Learn. I believe you all have been. You all have a subject for data structure and algorithms. I think second year was data structure and third year is algorithm, if I'm
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
So just learn those. To learn algorithm, there is a good book. I have that book, and that the author for that book is, I think, Coreman. And that algorithm book is really great. If you really want to learn, you can maybe search and get that book. I think it is somewhere around 1,000 rupees or something. But that's worth spending 1,000 rupees. So just see, I'm not saying don't learn Salesforce. I'm saying learn Salesforce, but don't just focus on that Salesforce, right? Just learn the other things as well, because you are, as a student, is already learning a lot of things, and you are also learning Salesforce. So you are definitely taking a time out. You are worried about your career. You are focusing on your career. So what I'm saying is just be on a more safer zone, or maybe I would say to reflect out of the others, out of the crowd, just learn these few things as well. Just minimize the time that you're spending on the reels, on the shorts, or uh, you are talking to the persons that is not necessary. When I say that not necessary means you're talking to you're doing some talks that can be done on a later stage, or that can be, even if you skip those talks, that is fine. Don't forget your family. Talk to your family on a daily basis, your father, your mother. If you have grandfather and grandmother, talk to them daily, on a daily basis. um, and just keep learning on this, take their blessings, keep learning, and definitely you will be success. And I'm sure you will all have a job after you left your college, or before you left your college, maybe you'll have a job.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions? No. Okay, so let's take the last topic for the day is tips for you to being successful. It's not only for students, it's for any professional who really want to become a successful in their career. Especially this is for career, not, I'm not a life motivator, okay, life coach. So just for the career. So when you start learning, right, when you start learning, this is really important for you or for us to make our own notes. Like what I have seen is, I really have when I launched my Salesforce development course, the Hindi one, I have getting on a daily basis messages, can you share your notes? Definitely I can share my notes, and I will share my notes next week. But the problem is, if I share my notes, what you will do, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to get anything out of those, because those notes are developed by me for me to understand what I have written. I understand if I have written this statement, what does that mean? Because everyone has their own writing style. So making your notes makes you understand the things and makes you remember the things. So if you're making your notes, it could be on a Google Doc, it could be on a pen paper, it could be on a blogging site like Ankit does. So you can make your notes for the betterment of yourself, not for the betterment of community. So just make your notes. Don't forget to make your notes. That is the very important point. The second thing is that when you are learning, I have seen is a trend that what if there is a video of 1 hour, what mainly most of the students or professional does is they watch the complete video, and if the instructor is really good, they really see, okay, this is really good, okay, I got it, they watch the complete video, and when they start doing by themselves, they really forget the things. And that is where comes, use your laptops or use your desktop. When I say use your laptops and desktop, that means if you're learning, apply those then and there. If you have learned a concept, for example, you have learned how to create a variable, use your laptop and apply it then and there. Apply it before learning the next concept. So once you do it by yourself, it is like DIY, do it yourself. If you do it yourself, you will understand, you will grasp that knowledge, that okay, now I got it, now I understood it, how it works. Okay. Second thing is that maintain your code repository. Most of the college student, even when I was in my college, I never knew what is GitHub. Okay. So maintain your code repository. Any code that you're writing, any assignments, any project work that you're doing, any interview questions, answers that you have, just maintain and put it into the code repository. This needs not to be the public repository. It could be a private repository, but maintain it, because if you maintain it on the laptop, someday, today or later, you are going to change your laptop, or you are going to find, you are going to forget where that location is for that specific thing. But if you have in your code repository, you're just going to log in. This is like a cloud, just going to log in and done. You will be able to get everything there at one place. Then ask questions. This is really important for us to ask the questions. So if you're not asking the questions and we are thinking that, okay, this is a dumb question or someone else will ask for me on behalf of me, then you are fooling yourself. So my teacher, my HOD has actually told me, I think this is a very common sentence everyone does, is that no question is a dumb question. And that is true. If you are not asking, let the people think that you are a dumb. That is fine. No worries. You don't need to worry about that, what others thinks about you. Like if you consider yourself as a loser, then others will definitely consider yourself as a loser. So if you are not thinking, if you're thinking that you are a loser, or in हिंदी भी say कि अगर तुमने खुद ही सोच लिया कि तुम्हारा बेड़ा गर्क होना है तो वो होके ही रहेगा. So if you have thought that you are a loser, you cannot do anything, then mark my word, you cannot do anything. But if you think that, think that, okay, what people are thinking about me, talking about me behind the back, I don't care, then you are the one who is going to take your career to a completely new heights. So asking the question, and when I say asking the question, is asking the right question at the right time, that you will learn with the experience. But start with asking the question. It could be any question, like why I should do this, what if I do this, what if I do not do this, what if I do this with this, what will happen if I create a variable like this or create a method like this, right? So just go try these combinations and you'll definitely love it. Okay. Next thing is that be curious about the things. When you when I say be curious about the things, it could be anything in your life. You're talking about Salesforce development, you're talking about software career. So anything that you are learning, any topic that you're learning, be curious about it. How it happens, what it does behind the scene. For example, if you are writing a program in your Apex code, you're doing something, try to understand what happens behind the scene, what exactly Salesforce does behind the scene. Read the blog post about those. If you will be curious, you will be the person who will be knowing a little all these details, like attention to details. You will be able to understand those. And next thing is that, again, very important one, track your progress. Tracking the progress is really important for us. If you're not tracking our progress, we just keep doing, let's say, I think, I'm not sure how many of you have done this, but I really have done this. Like from Monday, I'm going to start gym. Okay. Then when it comes when it comes Monday, I'm saying like I'm not going there. Okay. Then again, when it is weekdays, or not weekdays, when it is weekend, especially Friday or Saturday, I'm again going to start my gym on Monday. I just take a place and I never do this. And one day I started, I did it for a month, and then I again lost it. Then again my progress got lost. Okay. So that is something, tracking our progress. Like it is not like that, okay, I watched the video. This is again, I think uh, many people might have told you, but it's not about watching a 10-hour video on a single day. It is about watching 1 hour video on 10 continuous day. So if you maintain that consistency, then you can do anything. Similarly, for content creators, what we say is, it's not about posting 4 video on a day. It is about posting every single day a video. If you maintain that consistency, you will be a good content creator. So you need to maintain that consistency. Don't watch 3 hours of video on a single day or say, oh, I'm done. You will watch second day 3 hours of video, and third day you will not watch. So instead of watching 3 hours day video, like if it is a movie, definitely you will watch 10 videos in a day, 10 movies in a day, and you can do it on a daily basis. But when it comes to the actual content, you really don't want. This is where comes attention span. And this is really, really, these days we don't have, we have very less attention span. Even we cannot consider for a 5-minute video. If we are watching a 5-minute video, that is not YouTube Shorts, that is not a story like Garib Bana IAS, we cannot basically consider on, we cannot concentrate on that, right? So as attention span, we have to grasp that. Many people ask me that, hey Amit, when we start reading or when we start learning, we usually fall asleep. Let me give you a trick. You will never fall asleep. Okay, learn, like, just go find your table, and you are steady. Okay, learn by standing, don't sit on the chairs, and I guarantee you, you will never fall asleep. Okay, so if you really want to learn, don't give the excuses. You have the table, okay, you are standing, put your laptop and then learn. And when you are standing, you will have very easy way to write the notes. If you're writing it, you will have very easy way to type the things in your laptop when you are typing it. You can do that. So if you are studying by most of the people, I think after uh, when the COVID came, now we have became the habit to do our work from the bed, or work for the bed, learn from the bed, eat in the bed, right? We most of the things do in the bed. So just get out of those comfort zone. I have been in my family for 4 years together after a long time, and it was like I don't want to go back. Okay, because I was getting food on time. My grandmother was, uh, after every 2 hours, she used to she comes to me with something on the plate, like take it, eat it. Okay, and it was like, okay, that's fine because I'm getting everything, and I'm just doing the work because I had a separate workplace. I used to sit here. I used to say there, work there. My father used to sit along with me. Sometimes we used to do chit chat, and it was like everything, even the food, breakfast, dinners, everything was coming to me, and I even don't need to go to my home. That was just 15 feet away from me. Okay, so come out of that comfort zone. So if you don't track your progress, you'll definitely be successful, but the time that you will take is going to be very, very high. Okay, very important one. मेरी सैलरी 2 लाख है, उसकी सैलरी 10 लाख है. Competing with different people, competing with your friend is not going to make you better. Compete your compete with yourself. My competition is with my older one. So if I talk about Amit Singh, so my competition is with my older one. And if you compete with what you were yesterday, your future is going to be more bright. For example, I'm not good at competitive programming, okay? But I'm coming with one program which already Ankit already knows. I'm coming with a program that is going to make many people good at competitive programming, especially the basics of programming, okay? And that means for that, I have to push myself hard so that I can first learn, understand, and then deliver it, and then make you understand like a 10-year-old kid. So you really have to compete with yourself, not with others. I know that I have mentored many people who are really doing good. They have really 20K, 30K subscribers more than that, more than me. They really don't talk to me. That doesn't mean like I just go and just say that, okay, I have done this for you and now you're doing this to me. Or it's not like that. I have mentored many people who are in Salesforce at a good position. I myself was Salesforce, that's fine. I have my mentees, my juniors who are earning more money than me. That doesn't mean I just go and compare with me, right? That is something I should compare myself. I should compete myself. That okay, if I am not good at competitive programming, I am going to learn it. If I'm not, if I have less salary, I'm going to learn the technologies and then ask the different company HR or same company HR that look, these are the things I know, and with these things you are going to save this much cost, and now I want this salary. And believe me, if you have different technologies in your resume, you have good control of yourself, you are in a position to negotiate the salary. But one thing that you need to understand is beggars are never choosers. Beggar are not choosers. As a student, you are not chooser. You can never, you don't have a option to choose anything. So if you're getting a job, take it. Okay, I'm talking about a person who is in the industry after a year or 2 year. When you have these things, like if I talk about myself, I really have knowledge on multiple technologies. Like Salesforce is, I would say, just a piece of my work. Just one, I would say, technology that I have a good knowledge on Java, JavaScript, Node.js, Python, PHP. I'm a architect, Salesforce DevOps, not Salesforce. I'm a DevOps architect. I have good knowledge on AWS, MuleSoft. So when I have these kind of things, right, I can go and negotiate my salary. I want 1 crore, okay, which no one is going to give me, but I can say like that, okay. So you have to do that, and I think everyone might have watched Quota Factory or some, not Quota Factory, that the recent the recent release on TVF, right, which says persistence, perseverance, and one more he was saying. So you really need to be that, okay. And definitely when you are doing this, you will be lost. You will be tired. You will be thinking that I'm a loser, and that is the time you need to take a coffee break. You need to take a break to talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk about the things apart from the work. So let's say you're watching a 30-minute video, you watched 15 minutes and you're lost. I'm not sure what this man is saying. Take a pause, take a break. If you are good at like making the tea or coffee, do that. Take a sip, talk to your family. I would highly recommend talk to your mom, and then come back after 10 or 15 minutes, and then start your journey. So make sure you come back. That is the key thing here. It's not like you taken a break, you got a coffee on your hand, and then you started talking to your mom or your most of the or like us really don't talk to our mom, we really talk to our girlfriends, okay. So you started talking to your girlfriends and then you're lost, and you're like, okay, let's go on a trip, and then you're busy planning that trip. So don't do that. Make sure you are coming back, okay. And my favorite one, create your LinkedIn presence, okay. That is again a different topic, but create your LinkedIn presence, and please make sure you have a professional picture out there. I don't accept the requests that don't have any picture. So make your LinkedIn presence, have your professional picture there, and these are some points that I have for you as a tips that I usually follow. I have shared every single thing that we talked about here in in this session with Ankit. So Ankit might be sharing all these details over an email to all people who has done the RSVP for this meetup. And now I'm again open to talk to you. If you have any questions, anything, we can just talk about that. Yeah. Anyone, Ankit? Anyone that have a question? Come on, we have 4 or 5 people here.
Yes, if anyone has any questions, they can surely connect with sir.
Yeah, and please feel free to connect to me. I would say over LinkedIn. That's free. Don't think that I'm not
Hello.
going to reply. Hello.
Yeah, sir. Can you
Yep.
share that your LinkedIn like profile so I can connect with you so for future reference?
Yeah, I just did. Just did.
Yeah.
So how to move career from SF admin to SF developer? Okay. So if you're an admin and if you really want to move your career to Salesforce development, you need to start with Salesforce flows. Okay. So if you start with Salesforce flows, what will happen? You will actually start thinking like a developer, because Salesforce flows have the logical thinking there. They have the looping statement. They have the queries. They have the DMLs. So they have most of the things that we as a developer do. So you start with Salesforce flow. Then you will, in the flow itself, there is a concept of flow plus invocable apex. That invocable apex is actually the apex class that as an admin you can write. And then again, my friend, you have to start from a very basic. If you don't have a programming understanding, if you are a very good at English, visit Panther schools, not Panther schools, SFDC Panther. There is a playlist called Back to Basic that is for Salesforce developers only. So you can go there, watch the video from starting where I have covered everything in English, at least for a developer to get started as a Salesforce development. And then I have covered multiple things like triggers and other things. And as we talked about, if you are good in Hindi, you can always go and watch the complete series. I think it's somewhere around 60 hours content. So you can watch that. But moving, starting point is a flow, so that you can at least start thinking how you are going, if you have a records, if you have a multiple records, how you're going to iterate, I mean loop one by one. If you have a kind of if you need to put some kind of condition, how you're going to use statements out there, how you're going to use assignments statement, how you are going to create variables. So you learn all those things from there. Again, learning a flow, two resources. I don't recommend any other resources, especially the paid resources. Apex Hours has a playlist which is completely covered by me. So you can always go there and learn from there. And recently we have done the live series on Salesforce Flow over my channel, my new channel, that is Panther Schools. You can learn from there. SFDC Panther, my old channel, also has a complete playlist on Salesforce flows with the resources, with the not resources, with the uh, scenarios out there for different requirements. We have the videos, and we are going to at least post 50 plus videos on Salesforce flows in our new channel in this year. So we have a target to post 50 plus videos on Salesforce flows throughout this year, and those all are completely scenario based. So we will have 50 plus scenarios, and we are going to cover those on Salesforce flow. We will have 50 plus Apex triggers. We are going to cover those videos and put those on our YouTube channel. We'll have projects. We are going to share over our platform, that is not Panther Schools. We will tell you where we are sharing. For that, you need to stay tuned at least for the Monday. So that's how you can migrate. But first, before you migrate, you have to develop the developer mindset. And that developer mindset, that flow is going to help you to develop the developer mindset. Yeah, anything else? I hope that answer was clear.
Any other questions? Anyone? No, I guess.
Can you make a video on MuleSoft Apex Hours? Please go and check Apex Hours once. So the MuleSoft, my recommendation is always a person called Sravan Lingam. He is basically a MuleSoft ambassador, and he recently released the videos on Apex Hours platform. And those videos you will really find, if you really want to learn MuleSoft, those videos are really good for you. The great resources, none the other things you need to follow. And the second thing is that you need to go to training.mulesoft.com, and that is something you just basically have to create your account, sign up for the self-paced training, and that training is also really good with all the examples and everything. I just put the link in the chat. So I think Ankit, over to you.
Okay, so thank you, sir. So, if I would sum up this entire session in one word, it would be, I would say, eye-opening for everyone, I guess. And you definitely hit some good points there, and they would be definitely useful for mostly the students like me and Atul and everyone else. Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
to wrap up the sessions, thank everyone for joining, and huge gratitude goes to Amit sir for sparing your precious time with us and enlightening all of us with your knowledge and experience. And thank you everyone for joining, and we'll meet very soon in one another meetup. Thank you everyone.
Thanks everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.